We're getting closer to the game, and our players feel it. However, they haven't got those steamboats slapped on their helmets yet. And when that comes out, there's something special. I think we're still a little bit beat up, but they'll all go see the Wizard next week and feel great. We got a great deal of respect for Missouri. I know they're an excellent football team. They're well coached. And, I'm sure hoping that our fans show up Saturday night because there's no doubt it's going to be a great collegiate atmosphere. I don't have a crystal ball, but I dang sure can guarantee you this: we're going to play well. And guys are working hard. Coaches are working hard. I think we're pretty doggone healthy right now for what we're doing. We were going live on field goals today, and Cooper split the uprights at a 52-yard field goal with a bunch of NFL scouts around, so I think he made some hay today. And outside of that, any questions?
How's the status on the running back on Trey? And I know you've been looking at some other young ones. Is anyone at least emerging as we speak right
now? Well, not yet. We've got a rotation on a couple guys on three. I talked to Trey this morning. There's a concussion protocol that he's going to go through. Now, he's getting real close, but that's completely in the doctor's hands. I know he wants to be out there, but what is great about what's gone on in college football, I think everybody's very conscious of concussions, and there's protocol to when that player returns back to play. They know they're much safer. I mean, back when I played, if you knew what day it was, they put you back in. Maybe that's some of the problems I have right now. So questions anybody has? What are you laughing so much for?
Do you have any other injuries pop up?
Nothing today. No, everybody finished. I just talked to David, and we finished. And we had a full padded practice where we got after each other pretty good. So that's encouraging. There's only going to be so many more times. That's what I told our guys. Come Saturday night, they're going to feel great coming out these doors. But you got to prepare. You got to grind. And so we're doing that.
Is there anything big you need to cover in the next couple of days, Coach?
Oh, you know what? I think some of the things, pass protection, we need to hone down and make sure we're set there. I think we're making progress, but that's always going to be important. Some of the things in the secondary, just to make sure Missouri has some really talented receivers. And obviously, you guys know about the quarterback. I mean, he's a big-time player. And anytime you got a trigger guy that's played in big games, that's excelled, that's going to challenge our secondary. So we're going to work some more, on putting those guys in tough positions.
You comfortable with young Titus if he has to be the number two?
I am. I've talked to him about that and told him when you're out there, those guys, they're going to come after that rock. And you think you're ready for somebody to come and try to rip that ball away and tell you you're playing against 22-year-old men. And but Titus, I think, has got a great deal of strength and maturity, and so he can make plays, and we feel good about where he's at.
now? Will you announce your captains next week, or have you
You
guys
know what?
made them? Or?
We'll do it Saturday. If Nick wants to get them out via internet, if you want to do that, we can do that. If that's an important deal. And I told our guys that nice guys are a dime a dozen, but a leader's priceless. And the teams that we have had that have been good here, most of the time have not been separated by physical talent. It's been the leadership within our football team or team unity or injuries. So selecting those captains is going to be important.
You got a guy like Logan Harris who's taken over full time now for a veteran guy that you had in Caden. Was there much of a competition for that spot, or is that guy you were always just going to plug and go with?
I can tell you this, Logan, you're talking about Logan. Mm-hmm. Logan's probably improved more than anybody else, and it's not so much his physical strength, it's his balance and footwork. I don't know if he took ballroom dancing to be on Dancing with the Stars, but he's moving around really well. That means a lot for him. He's from Torrington, and playing for the Cowboys has always been a dream for him. And so he's a success story, and we're excited about what he's going to do, and he's secured that starting spot now.
Coach, speaking of that offensive line, what have you seen with Coach Miller and what he's done, to try and bring back that physicality?
Well, a lot of times it's not so much the best five, it's the best five who can play together and creating a chemistry. I think our players all recognize that we underachieved last year. And a certain amount of that goes on the players. And Coach Miller's done a great job. But I think our players recognize they need to play better. We need to be stronger at the point of attack. If we're going to play cowboy tough football, you got to be able to knock people off the football. And a lot of coaches out there will say they want to be tough, they want to run the football, and then when it comes to it, it's grass basketball. And last year, you can tell Larry Shyatt I said that too. But last year, we were not very physical up front, and we got behind the 8 balls, and you get behind the sticks. Now, as a defensive coach, that opens up all the things you can do. And so we've got to keep Missouri off balance. We've got to be able to run the football. We've got to be able to throw the football, but we have to be able to run the ball.
Coach, I know Brennan Kater's back. Was somebody, did he leave and just came back, or did he just join camp late? Or
He joined, well, you know what? I appreciate him. He's on a ranch. He needed to make some money for tuition, and he made his money for his tuition, so he's back here. And if that's not Wyoming football, there's nothing better, okay?
Bart said yesterday that he still hasn't decided between Pat and Eric at
Right.
left guard spot. That's still a competition at this point?
It is, and, but both those guys are going to play in the game. And so, but there is something if you say, okay, you're a starter, and that notes, okay, who's been performing. Each guy's challenging one another. They both do things that I think are their strengths, and they both have some of their liabilities. And so what we've got to do is measure on those strengths, try to limit their liabilities, and we'll make a final determination probably come Monday.
When you have the uncertainty at the running back situation, is that where that 4-game rule kind of works to your favor?
Well, I think it works for a lot of people's favor. You're much more confident as a coach. You're saying, okay, is that guy who's a third-string guy that's been, or normally fourth or fifth, but's been on the scout team, if you need a guy to go in the game and take a couple reps, you have not burned his whole year. And that was the logic of it. We were looking, saying that redshirt rule has been back in place when you had 145 scholarships and you had freshman football a long time ago. And so I think the NCAA, and I sat on a lot of those councils, we wised up and said we're going to do something smart. If you can get, I don't know how many FBS head coaches there are, a bunch. If you can get a bunch of them to agree on anything, that's pretty doggone hard, and we've all agreed. And I think it's in betterment of the student athlete. And so we're all on the same playing field, and so that gives us a lot more latitude to insert a guy. Whether you have to have a guy that is late and running down on the kickoff. You have a running back out there, and you have a guy that's been playing 35 snaps, and he's tired, and that's when guys get injured. Well, play this freshman kid.